Hi everybody, I don't know if there's anybody on yet. I've just decided to go live a bit early tonight. I don't think there's anybody waiting, but in case you are, hello, welcome to the stream. We're here in Wagon 84 at Donegal Railway Heritage Museum. You can see there on the camera is the Pedigo layout. I'm going to be doing some work on this tonight. It needs a bit of a service, so I'm going to crack on with that tonight. As I say, I've gone a little bit early, so don't worry if you're wondering, hang on, it's not 7:30 yet. And if there is anybody in there in the chat, I can see there's a few people watching now. If you can just let me know in the chat that you can hear me okay. Hi, Peach Transport and more. So what we've got here on the Pedigo layout is a shuttle, which goes backwards and forwards on here. That's not working at the moment. I've already done some work and diagnosed that the droppers that connect it, where they're connected to the rails underneath, they must be dry. So I'm going to snip that off and resolder those onto the side of the rails, and that should sort the shuttle out. And then it'll be moving on to the other track, which is a complete loop that goes all the way around. It actually goes behind this backboard here. You hear me fine, great. Hi Joshua, how you doing? Yeah, just went a bit early because I was here in the museum in Wagon 84 and I thought I'm going to crack on with this. There's some work to be doing, so I thought whoever's in around early can watch what I'm doing. Yeah, so the other loop here, that seems to be working. It just needs a good clean and just a bit of a tidy up in the layout. I came in here, I haven't actually been in here for a month or two, and for some reason the church, which is normally over there with the headstones, someone had lifted it and put it over the other side. So I'll show you all that in a minute when we do a tour of the layout when there's more people in. Yeah, so I don't know what was going on here. I don't know whether some junior member came in and decided to move things around while playing, but a few things were disturbed. So I'm going to put all that back together tonight and hopefully get it sorted. So I'll try and keep an eye on the chat while I'm doing this. In fact, I will move the chat. I could do with a screw to hang my phone on. So I'll put that there so I can try and keep an eye on the chat. I fly. Did it cut off your album? Did it when I came on? Right, so let's crack on with this. I'll plug the soldering iron in, get that to heat up. Now I've switched off all the track power. There's nothing going to this. This is what you should do if you're doing any soldering. And I'm going to snip these wires because anybody who's joined these ones here the joints are dry. So I'm going to resolder them to the track. These are the original joints as built by Aidan, who built this. So I don't know, it's a good few years ago. So we're just going to snip these off now, retin them and attach them to the side of the rails. It's going to be a bit tricky doing this side because of course that platform's stuck down, so trying to get in there and not damage platform edge, it's going to be a bit tricky, but we'll give it a go. These wire strippers really are excellent. Came from Lidl, of course, which I think most of my tools at this stage have come from Lidl. Let's just expose a bit more of that. There we go. Yeah, soldering iron's on. I can smell it. So I'll give them a twist. Oh, Bulger 75. Ian, good evening. How are you doing, sir? Again, hi to anybody who's watching this on replay and anybody who's lurking in the background. Do hit the thumbs up for me and subscribe if you're new here. If you've got any questions, pop them in the comments. Flymo, I don't know if you can keep an eye on it. And if there's any questions that come up that I don't see, maybe you can copy and paste them and send them to me on Messenger so I see them come up on the phone. Or if you don't, well, that was quick. So if you, if anything comes up, or just keep popping the question in, eventually, hopefully I will see it in the background. I say I won't be concentrating too much on the chat tonight because I'm going to be soldering. But I'm sure if you put the question in, if I don't see it and answer it, I'm sure somebody else in the chat will be able to answer it. St. Blazy Model World, good evening. Welcome to the stream. Right, so what I'm going to do now is just tin the wires. So let's put a little layer of that solder on the wire. Now, I haven't used any flux because there is a flux core in this solder. Where did I put my little tip cleaner? Feels a bit loose. Anybody wants to know the solder I'm using? It's that one there. You see that? So it's 6040 lead. The flux core, it's 0.8 millimeter diameter, 3% flux. Prescott Portraits. Hi Grace, how you doing? You can all relax, the idiots are in the house. So what I'll do is I'll carry on doing this work here, and then when it gets closer to 7:30, when I should be on, don't forget Jason's on after me tonight, and once I end the stream, it will redirect you over there. I'll give a tour of this layout so you can see it in a bit more detail. Right, I've got my little brass pen. These usually come in a pack of 3, 1 brass, 1 steel, and 1 aluminium. So what I'm going to do is just clean the side of the rail. Obviously, you're putting it on the outside rail because you don't want to put it on the inside because it will cause derailments. So what I'm going to do to try and make it a little bit easier is I'm going to plop a little bit of solder onto the rail and try not to break the station. It's much more nerve-wracking doing something like this because it's not my layout. This is built by somebody who's no longer with us, and it was donated to us, so it's a museum piece, and you're just frightened of doing any damage to it. Right. This is always the bit where you need 3 hands. Sorry if I haven't got the camera in, you're not seeing much detail, but and I must tell you, it is warm here tonight. This is Wagon 84. Behind Drumbo outside, and it is usually I'm in here shivering during the winter when I'm trying to do work. Tonight I'm absolutely sweltering. Let's just check the chat, see if anyone's going. Oh, Anthony's in. Hi Anthony, how you doing? Summer Breeze Model Railway, John and Holly, good evening guys. Moneybrook Junction, good evening guys, how are you doing? Oh, what's wrong with St. Blazy? I missed something there. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear about your dad. My condolences to you and your family, mate. It's tough. I see Wolfsec's in as well. Hi, Wolfsec. Oh, Grace is on the proper... Right, so I'll crack on now with this other one. Now, one of them was actually all right. It was working fine, but I thought, you know what? Might as well do both of them. Because if one's gone, the other one's not going to be far behind it. Great, I got some solder now on top of the rail. Of course, to make it a bit more difficult, these are code 75 as well. So they're not as high as code 100, so it makes it a bit more tricky. Oh, and I think I've bent that rail now. See where I left the heat on too long. Let's get a little screwdriver and just see if I can bend that back a little bit. Solved one problem, caused another. Hold it there till it cools down a bit. Hopefully that'll be okay. Right, let's turn the power on now. Obviously I have to bring in some scenic material and just hide those wires. Which power supply is powering? That's it. Right, let's see if that works better now. Yeah, it's got power switching over. So I'll give that a clean. The good thing was well, I've got the solder now out this joint here, even though there's wires here connecting them. Again, they're not very good. So what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of solder, clean them, and put a lot of solder across the joint, just so it gives a better electrical connection. So turn off the power. Clean. Quick look at the chat. Oh, Andrew's in. Shortbread Express. Good evening, Andrew. How are you doing? Yeah, that's where I got it. It was on eBay. Hi to anybody who's come in there. I've missed in the chat. So I'm not keeping a close eye on the chat tonight because I'm doing some work here in Wagon 84, which is an original grey wagon off the Donegal Railway. I'll give you after it finished at the railway, it was actually used as a storage for a woman in Killybegs for her shop. And the reason it survived is because when the railway closed and she bought it, they actually just lifted it off the tracks and pushed it over to where she was keeping it. Where she was storing it, it was up against an embankment, so all the sort of bog water soaked into it and actually helped preserve the wood. And the fact that they lifted it off, it's one of the very few wagons left that still has the wheels. There's a lot of wagons, like we have the red wagon across the way there, but the wheels and buffers and everything were cut off and scrapped, whereas the bodies were then, a lot of people were using them as sheds and storage and that sort of thing. So we found it, I think, in the 90s and we rescued it. Had to restore some of the wood panels. A lot of this is actually original. And it's sitting here on the wheels, on its wheel set behind Drumbo. Right, now let's give that a clean. And then we'll put an engine on it and see what happens. So I'm just using cotton bud here with IPA in it. Because of course one of the problems with this is, although it's in the wagon here, it really is outside. So it gets tarnished very quickly. So I'm just going to clean it off. Actually, before it, let's move that out of the way. One less thing to damage. Actually, it might have been better going over this with a track rubber first. I see there's a little bit of sort of stuck on bits of dirt. Maura's in. Hi, Maura. How you doing? I need a drink. It is warm in here tonight. Still on the Dr. Pepper. I think I might stop and get myself an ice cream on the way home tonight. Right, where did I put my... This here, one of my most used, most valuable tools. It costs something like $5 from Block Signaling. A little tester will test DC and DCC. Really handy for troubleshooting. Right, so... Oh, of course, I haven't plugged it back in. I was thinking, it's not working. Why is that? Plugged in, you dope. Right. There we go. Right. I need to put a little bit more solder on that joint because it's got a weak like the other side of that joint, which tells me that it's not quite good enough. I think it's this side. Oh, Simon in as well. Hi, Simon. The neighbours are probably thinking I'm in here talking to myself. Okay, I'm going to see where I put it. Oh, he's coming up. Excuse me. Yeah, it's better now. I'll just clean that off again. Right. Let's put a logo on it and see what happens. Nothing. Not a damn thing. Yeah, that joint's still not happy. Right, let's switch the power off. Let's use the multimeter. Put it on resistance so I can test the circuit to see. Switch it on. That's working. So this will tell me which rail is not. So on that side. It's always this side. For some reason, this is where, if I had some flux, it would be really handy. Because even though it's got a flux core, it just seems to be balling and not going across. So I tell you what, I'll take the ball off, give it another clean, start again. Right, see how that is? Oh, say it works. Oh. Am I going to have to get a piece of wire and bridge it across there? Of course, if the camera wasn't on and I was doing this normally, it would work fine. The thing is, you can't leave the soldering iron on there too long, because then you knot the sleepers. I think this is going to take a little bit of fiddling. Just remember not to swear. Oh, Tom's Houston's as well. Hi, Tom. How you doing? Sure, that is unplugged. See, soldering is one of those things where it just, yep, that works fine, great, done. And like you see now, I've done the droppers and everything, no problem at all. The other side of this, no problem. This side, yeah. There we go. That looks a bit better. Let that cool a second. Ha! Some success, maybe. Now we'll put this on. I'll put it there. Plug it in. And watch for smoke. gone past the diode, so we'll wait now to see if it goes down. I'll check the chat while we're waiting. Oh, Anthony's got rain, has he? Yeah. Right, let's put this. I think I need to lengthen that time a little bit. Right, I'll let that go up and down a few times. Brian's in. How you doing, Brian? Brian should recognize this logo that's going up and down. It's the one that he donated to the museum. And also you guys helped contribute to buy another 3 of these as well, or on the other layouts. So this, what you see here, the work I'm doing here, the scenics and everything, all comes out of the YouTube money. So don't forget to hit that thumbs up for me. Subscribe if you're new here. Share the stream. If you've got any questions, just pop them in the chat and I'll do my best to answer them. But give it another 5-10 minutes and I'll get the mobile camera out and I'll give you the tour. Lintree Trains and Models, Lyndon, good evening. I got a question, why the early start? Well, I was here working on the layout and I seen there was a few people waiting and I thought, you know what, I'll just go live now. And while it was all set up, ready to go, I thought, you know what, I'll just go live now because I got a bit of work to do on this, so you can watch me work. I need to see, do I have my files with me? I have one file with me. Oh no, oh here they just fall out. Oh, my daughter is calling me. Bear with me a minute, guys. Oh, she obviously realized I was on the live. She is currently in Morocco. No, actually, she's probably back. She was flying back today, actually. Today's Thursday. Let me just fire her off a text, make sure everything's okay and she's not stuck somewhere. All right, just turn the power off. Just so I can file this down a little bit. So obviously filing, you're going to short it out. You're going to hit the other tracks. And you want to be careful that you're filing the solder and not the rail. Well, she sat in Edinburgh Airport on her way home. She's obviously not watching me. She's not that bored. What loco is that? It's oh, who made them? It's we bought it because it looks red and it looks at Donegal colours. It is I can't remember the make of it. Brian, do you remember? Something Stewart, is it? Oh, there's a link to the Heritage Centre. Thanks for that, Flymo. So I'll see if it goes over that a bit better now. Part of it is the solder, and part of it is where the track is a little bit bent now. I'm wondering how I can... if it's bent the other way, I could put a pin that side and hold it in place, but of course it's bent inward, so you need to keep it out. Kerr Stewart, that's it. Yeah, that's it, Flymo. That's me. Oh, Jason's in the house. How you doing? Burners Junction, he's on after me. My stream will direct you over there once I'm done. Yeah, I must admit, I didn't get to see any of your stream last week, Jason, because it was my godson's confirmation, which is unusual. They had it on a Thursday. So, and next Thursday is my boy Adam's birthday. So the Thursdays, the curse of the Thursdays is striking again. Oh, Brian's in the house. Yeah, so we went out for a meal, lovely meal. Spent some time with family. I don't know, Simon, because I don't know what I'm doing. Because I only sort of realized, I knew his birthday was next week, but it only sort of twigged with me today that, oh, it's on a Thursday. What are we doing? Because he's sort of still young enough that he's in bed by 8 o'clock. So we might have the birthday cake and all that done by then, and then I can still do my stream. So I'll put a community post up, or if somebody can look at my community posts that I put up there during the week for Glenn, Derails 84, is it? Wants put a link to his channel and give him a sub, please. He was at the Wexford show. He had a little layout there, and he's tentatively stepping his foot into YouTube, because he was chatting to me about it at the Wexford show. I said, yeah, go for it, just do it. And so I'll give him a shout out. Let's see if we can get him a few more subs, please, guys. Right, that seems to be working fine now. We are 1935. So what I'll do is I will set up the roaming camera, and I can give you guys a bit of a tour. Where are we? Mute that. Hi Valerie, how are we doing? Right, I'm going to add the extra camera. Okay, so we got the roaming camera. I don't think I can make it full screen on that one because the sound is connected to the other camera, and if I take that off, we lose the sound. So we'll start over here. Needs a bit of a tidy up. We got some holes there. I drilled at the back so I can access the track to give it a clean. This is just the scenic side. This is the bit I done. We got a little house over there, some horses that have fallen over. And then we're coming into Pettigo Station. So this station, Pettigo Station, would probably have been the busiest station in Donegal. It closed September 1957. It was busy because it was on the Dublin line to Bundoran, which is a seaside resort in Donegal. So it would have had people from Dublin coming up to spend the day or the weekend or the week by the seaside. And also this point was the getting off point for Y-Ddraig, which was a pilgrimage site, also known as St. Patrick's Purgatory. So it gives you some idea what it's like. So it had a cattle siding, a good shed, and a main station. Most of these buildings are still here. It's privately owned now, so you can't actually access it. Of course, the track was ripped up as soon as it was closed. And then going around here, this is the scenic bit I added on. And we've got a little house over there, churchyard, which I've put back, which was over the other side for some reason. And you can see over here where this has peeled. So I'm going to have to come back in here and do some work on the scenics. So I'm probably going to have to scrape that off and redo it again completely. You can see holes over there to access the track. Obviously, the idea of having just the brown over there is there's going to be shelves over there to display models. So that's why the scenics don't go all the way back. And then it just carries around there, goes underneath, behind the board there, and then back around. And if I step outside, so let me know that this is coming through okay. So this is Wagon 84. Yeah, well, there's all my crap. And you can see on the original wheels. And of course we have Trumbo, which is our, I have no idea if you can still hear me because I'm walking away from the mic receiver. So I can't even see the chat. Let's put the chat up there. Trouble is, when I put the comments up, I can't see the video. I'm just going to presume you guys can hear me. So obviously here's Trumbo. We'll take a dander up on the footplate, or round on the front. Open up the smoke box. There you can see. Obviously, she would need to be retubed. But the boiler is actually in remarkably good condition. You can see she was superheated as well. Hang on, I'm just going to put the camera down while I... There we go. I hop down here. Oh. Now, cylinders are in really good condition. You can see all the running gear there is in good condition. We keep it all greased and oiled. go. You can see all the grease in there. So hopefully one day we can put her back in steam. And there's the back side of the grey wagon. And what we have here, this is the body of Railcar 15. This was sold as a holiday home. We found it, brought it back, restored it. Obviously the cab end, that would have been up here, this end. You can see that's it there. That was scrapped. So we only have from there back. And then we got coach 58, which again, now this one was actually sold off, cut in two, and we found it in two different parts of the county, and we're able to bring it back, weld it back together, and restore it. Now you can see inside we've no seating or anything in it because we use it as an exhibition space. The same with the rail car. So there we go. Right, I'm going to head back into Wagon 84 now. Of course, this is Red Wagon. This was a lighter construction. These came from the Clogher Valley. This is actually made up from Red Wagon 10 and 12. Most of the time these were pulled behind the rail cars because they were lighter. They could carry up to about 2 tons, as you can see here, and rail car 20. Whereas the grey wagons were bigger, they carry 7 to 9 tons. We do have one of these that we're restoring. That's got slats either side, which is actually a cattle wagon. So there you go, there's a little tour around, guys. So, everybody get that? I'm back in now. Right, I'm going to take this camera off. There we go. I can do another, more people come in, I can do another quick tour later on. So I got another 45 minutes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean the track. Oh, why is this stopped? Let's see why that stopped. Oh, Charlie's in. How you doing? Partick Hill Station. Finishing Central 2.0. What's going on? Why have you changed your name? Is that a new channel? What's going on there, Brian? There, you got a spanner, Brian. Right. Let's get the track rubber out. So I'm going to start over here on the bits I can see and give everything a good clean with the track rubber. This is the Gauge Master aluminium oxide, I believe it is. It's the pink colored one. It's not as abrasive as the other ones, and it's not like the other Gauge Master one, the grey one, which leaves little bits all over the place. It was quite soft. This one actually works quite well. It's my preferred. Right, I'm just going to move the camera a minute, guys, so it's not on the track. Should be helpful. Here we go. Now what I've got is I have got some electrical contact cleaner. And I did have a rag somewhere. And what I do is basically just take the rag, take the cleaner, give it a good shake, and spray it over the rag. I'm not going to do it over there because it'll be on top of my laptop. So just basically soak the rag and then go down the rails, give them a clean. And also try and use a rag that's not going to lead. You can see there some of the dirt there that's come off it. Oh, hot dog pilot Andy. Good evening, Andy. How you doing? And from using this, it hasn't done any damage to any of the rails or ballast or plastic or anything. So far, I haven't come across it doing anything. So it should be safe for all the models. Now this is a tricky bit because I got fences either side of the track. I don't catch them and cause any damage. Actually, just over there where the other tunnel entrance is, I had one of the locos on the rolling road just to make sure it was working and running and everything. And I popped into the museum just to use the toilet, came back out, and where it had vibrated, it had moved on the rolling road into the tunnel. If I'd been any longer, I would have lost it down the tunnel. Which I have put holes under the baseboard and on top, as you've seen, but to retrieve things. I actually, just before Christmas, I found an intercity Mark III coach in there, which I didn't even know I lost. Right, so I've just cleaned that bit there, so I just want to put a loco on, see how it runs. Make sure I plug the right one in. Here's the little pocket rocket. Where did it stop? On the point. Right, so that point probably needs a bit more of a clean, so I'm just going to turn that power off. Forward. So obviously the blades on this I think are carrying the power, so I'll just use a earbud type thing and give it a clean. Oh, actually there's a little bit of dust in there, that will help things. Just make sure the rail's clean. See how that goes now. And, oh, Arnville's on. Hi, Arnville. How you doing? I say apologies to anybody who's in the chat and I'm not responding. I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat and clean. Oh, Dara Locomotive Shed's in as well. Oh, Alan White's in as well. How you doing, guys? And anybody there who's lurking in the background? Let me just put this on again. That way. Oh, I think I managed to stop it. Yeah, I managed to stop it. Nope. All right, let's have a closer look. You know what? It would help. No, God, I don't want it to go on the tunnel. Oh, it's gone now. Right. It sounds like it Where's the camera? It went into the far corner. I think I have. No, I don't have the key for the other door. Right, bear with me a minute, guys. I'm just going to go and get the key for the lock on the other side. Right, I'm back. I have the key. I think I have the right key. What I'm going to do is, so you can see around the back, is I'll put on the roaming camera again. Let's get that set up. Oh, the rocket, the little rocket, it's on full power because I'm just testing the track. I will slow it down when I'm got everything clean. Right, here's the roaming camera. Right, around the back. This hasn't been open for a while. Gonna need a bit of persuasion. There we go. Oh shit. Oops. So here we are around the back of the layout. You probably can't see much because it's so dark. No, the engine didn't go as far as I thought. There's a piece of. Now I used to keep around the back here. I don't know where it's gone. There's a stick with a little hook on the end of it, so I could hook things that got stuck. But I need to. Anybody see that sock that's down there? Somebody had jammed it in the runner up there because obviously these doors rattle in the wind. So our next door neighbor probably put a sock in there, or we did, or something. Oh, so I'll just unplug the soldering iron. Right. I don't even know if I'm still online. Am I back? Hi, Alan. How you doing? Lord Al, good evening. Just let me know you got me back again, please, guys. Excellent. Yeah, what happened there is I ran a cable in here for network, and I've got a router in here. And when I was moving around under there, I pulled the power out the back of the router, so everything went. Phone was still connected because that was working off 4G. So sorry about that. Let me get back to. I've moved the router out of the way now. So let's just go and give the track a bit of a clean. So I'm going to go back up that hole so you'll see my head shortly. Oh, I should have bought my I should actually give my mods some of my family's contact numbers, so you see me getting stuck. You can go, Mark needs a hand. He's got himself stuck in Wagon 84. Right, let's take this out. Oh, it's too warm. Right. Oh. Right, am I still live? Everyone still got me? Oh, that's not a very flattering view. Start singing Under the Sea from right under the layout. Oh, and while I was off air, I decided to crack open my last can of Dr. Pepper and it exploded everywhere. So now I'm all sticky as well. Right. Well, actually, there's a little bit of cobwebs here. All right, let's put that on the track. Let's see how far it makes it. There it goes. And it made it that far. Yes, this is where I need my stick. Voila, on the stick. What's this housekeeping training tonight? I got stuck behind a washing machine once, and his mother pulled me out by the legs. How embarrassing. There's some questionable movies with that sort of premise. Apparently, so I'm told. Luckily, I can't see any of the comments to that. Oops. Here, right, and I can actually see how dirty the track is from here. How where I've cleaned it, where I can see the shine, and then where it stops. It's not shiny. Right, how am I going to get in there? This is going to be a job for rubber on a stick. Ooh. Right, what I'm going to do is put it on the track, let it run the other way around, and see how far around that way it gets. Which controller is that? Now what I need to, let's see how far that goes. Not very far at all. Right, step ladder time. Oh, sheets never get fixed and pulls never get cleaned in adult movies. Yeah, I need to pull along track cleaner. Right. Oh. Actually, no. What I need is to bring in my charge cleaner in. But I need to give it some sort of manual clean first, or else it won't work as well. Where did I put the track rubber? Where did I put that? Did I leave it around the back? How do you know asking for a friend? Right, I must have left that round the back and not brought it with me, did I? Yeah. One track rubber. Right, this is where you hear a big crash and wallop. Now, I built this and I did try and make it strong enough that I could lean on it. It's too warm for this. Right. Okay, let me just move this camera a second, guys. Oh, Anthony's off. Bye, Anthony. Gillian Keane, good evening, welcome. Greetings from Clare. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna need something on a stick. I'm gonna need also is to get out the bit I need to clean. I need to take this backboard off. Oh. Actually, there's only one screw there, so I think I have a screwdriver. Just take out that one screw, and then I can reach it and give it a clean. Right, everybody still with me? Don't forget, hit that like button for me, please. Oh, that doesn't want to work. Oh, what time is it anyway? 8:10. I don't know if anybody's asked any questions and I've missed them, but well, actually, my phone did go off, didn't it? Was that one of you guys, or was that when you were texting me going, "You're not live anymore"? You've lost audio, Mark. Yeah. Actually, I move this over here. Remember when I'd done this, I tried to do it so I could reach all parts of the track. There's another one down there. And I'd done something really stupid, which caused me no end of bother. Is I ballasted the track, and then I went straight on with doing the scenics and covering over the track before cleaning it. There we go. That's that out of the way. Now I can access it and give it a clean. Right. Sorry for the noise. I got to try and move. Ah! Dr. Pepper everywhere. Right. I'm going to have to find a mop in a minute and clean that up. You know, one of those times where you think I should just give up, go home, try again tomorrow. Right. Am I still live? Oop. So let's move this around here. So now I can reach that bit of track. Oh, let's move the house. Oh, I got a tree in my belly button. Oh. Oh, collided with the camera. just stuck. That's derailed. Stuck on the bit I couldn't quite reach. So let's take more back seat off. Is it 8:30 yet? Is Jason on yet? Right, this one is left unscrewed because we have switches behind here we have to get at. So I'll put you over there looking at the track. I'm sorry, anybody who's tuning in now, just wondering why is this stream just full of somebody heavy breathing? I thought, I'll give this a quick clean. It won't take that long, it's fine. Yeah, very good, Jason. Yeah, showing everyone why it's important to ensure you have access to all track for maintenance. Yeah. Oh, Andy's off. Okay. Another 15 minutes. Ah. Oh. Oh, that sounds like it hit something. Oh, yeah. All right. There we go. Let's move this over. Let's see how far it goes. Oh, let's go around there. Behind. Oh. 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 How did it get? Right. I think what I'm going to have to do is actually, which is what I should have done in the beginning, it's actually these sections here, instead of just having holes, have it so I can lift it off. That would make more sense. Right. See how far it gets now. Now it stopped somewhere where it didn't stop before. Why does it stop there? Where's my pokey stick? Oh, I'm trouncing sticky Dr. Pepper everywhere. I'm just going to swap mics over because the other one's just going red. I know I've only got 10 minutes left, but oh, Andy Puff Candy Dobson, good evening. Right, let me know you can still hear me. Just swapped over mics. It's times like this you start to hate model railways. Let's not stop there. I'm going to stream close up. Move that back. Oh, I can see it. Right. I'm going to not do any more on that for now until I finish the stream, because then I've got a table in here which is sort of getting in the way of me going up and down the layout, so it'll be a little bit easier when I end the stream. I can pack the laptop and stuff away out of the way. Oh, Jerry's in as well. Hi, Jerry. I don't feel so guilty groaning every time I pick something off the floor. Oh, what time are we anyway? Oh, we got 8 minutes. And then my stream, when I finish it, it'll kick you over to Jason, who's on at 8:30. In case you don't have to put up with me puffing and panting. And oh, Gaza S2, good evening. Welcome to the stream. You might have been here for a while, and I'm only just noticing. But if you've got any questions, because I'm going to stay on the chat now until the end of the stream. Feel useless, Mark. You do the work and I will come for you. And keep an eye on the chat now. So if you've got any questions, pop them in the chat. So this is the Pedigo layout. It's in Wagon 84 at Donegal Railway Heritage Museum. This is an original wagon that ran on the County Donegal Railway, 3-foot narrow gauge. And in here we have a model of Pedigo Station, which was actually on the Irish standard gauge, which is 5'3". And it would have probably been one of the busiest, if not the busiest station in Donegal, because you had the Bundoran Express coming through here from Dublin to Bundoran, which is a seaside town. And a lot of people would have got off here because this was a stop for Y-Ddraig, which is a pilgrim site. It's known as St. Patrick's Purgatory, which will give you some idea of what it's like. How do you feel after that ordeal? Not my ordeal. I feel hot, sweaty. So once the stream's finished, I'll be able to clear some of this stuff away, and then I'll be able to get at the track a little bit easier. Because I'm constantly, I've got, you can see I've got very little floor space here. I've got this table here, which I have to move around to get the ladder close enough so I can reach the track. So once the stream's over, I'll shut everything down move everything out, and then I can just move in here and clean up a bit better. So I can hopefully leave it running, so when they come in and open up tomorrow morning, it's actually on a, let's get the roaming camera. It actually all runs off that sensor up there. So the idea is these lights come on and the trains start running when that sensor is triggered. So the trains aren't running all the time. So when people walk past the door here, the sensor triggers and the trains start moving. Which, you know, it works well. Now we're in summertime, give this a good clean. And it should work well for the rest of the season, hopefully. But definitely over there, I'm going to turn them into lift out sections, and the same over there, so I can actually get out the track and clean it better. Should have done that in the first place. But, you know, you always learn something new. And if anything from my channel, you will learn how not to do things, not necessarily how to do them. I make the mistakes, so you don't have to. The cross-border lines, well, this line here closed in September 57. And then the last line to close, which is the bit that came across the border, Strabane, before it went back into Derry, that closed February 65. So it's actually 60 years. Last February it closed. So don't forget to hit that thumbs up for me, guys. Subscribe if you're new here. I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat, so if there is any questions, pop them in. And so 4 minutes to go, so I'm going to start saying goodbye now. Not 100% sure whether I'll be on next week or not, because as I say, it's my young lad's birthday on Thursday. So we might go out and do something that night. But he's young enough that he has an early bedtime still, and it is still a school night. So I might be on next week or I might not, but I'll let you know on the socials whether I am. Dion Moore. Hi, I'm very welcome to stream. Yeah, a lot of people use that trick of just a bent piece of rail to put fish plates on. It does make it so much easier. It's been entertaining, this stream. Yeah. I think I might have only swore once. I'm not sure if the mic picked that up. Yeah, it would have been better mothballing them, but, you know, short-sightedness now, they want to spend, like, it made me laugh when they came out with this rail review of the island when, oh, what are you going to do? We're going to build this new railway line. It'd be like, what, the one you ripped up 60 years ago. Well done, lads. Well done. We need a break after that workout, even. Oh, you heard. Oh, dear. Indian streamer enjoyed it and the walk around. Thank you, Moneybrook. Yeah. But yeah, this track just needs a bit of cleaning. And I'll say once I finish the stream and move everything out, I'll be able to get at it a lot easier and just clean the whole thing, go over it with the electrical contact cleaner, and then it should be good to go for a while. So that's the plan anyway. 2 minutes to go now. So say there's a video out this week. Channel members already have seen it. It's a little bit about 3D printing. I done an interview with Matthew from the Outlaws, who are a gaming group and also do 3D printing. And he told me a little bit about 3D printing. So that's the video that's out on Saturday. And I go through the mystery box from Jeff at Scenic 3D. What I got in that, which I showed you guys on live stream a couple of weeks ago. So I go over that as well. So that's the video that's out this week. Probably a couple of little short videos out over the next couple of weeks where there's little bits of interviews I've done when I was at various shows about different layouts, only like 2-3 minutes long, if that. Just people talking about their layout. So instead of putting them all into one big one, I'll just put them out as little snippets. Is that offer to sleep in the cab with the sleeping bag still available? Yes, Simon. You can sleep in the cab of Drumbo if you wish. Right, there we are. It is 8:30. Jason will be kicking off now. So I'm going to say goodnight, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hit the thumbs up on your way out. Subscribe if you're new here. It's always a pleasure having you guys here on a Thursday evening. So head over to Jason's now. I'll pop in and say hello, but you know what I'll be doing. You can imagine the grunting and heavy breathing going on. Well, so I'm going to hit the old end stream now. So thanks for tuning in, guys. And hopefully we'll see you all next week or in the other streams. Bye, everyone.